Hello kiddos! Today we'll be learning adding with regrouping. Let's have a look at the question. Erica plays basketball for the Tigers, her second grade team. She scored 8 points in the first half of a game. She scored 5 points in the second half. And the question is, how many points altogether did Erica score in the game? So in the first half, she scored 8 points, together with the other half, which is 5 points, so we added by 5. So here's 8 stars and 5 stars. So we may regroup it into 110. We may move 2 stars from 5 to the 8. So now we got 110 and 3 ones, which is 13. So besides moving the stars from the 5 to the 8, we may also swap by moving 5 stars from 8 to 5. So here we will also have 110 and 3, 13. Let's move on to the practice. Kathy wants to buy jeans that cost $6 and a red shirt that costs $5. So the question is, how much money does she need? Circle the correct answer. So we have 6 plus 5. So we have 6 stars and 5 stars. We may regroup it to add it. To form 10, we may move 4 stars from below to the top column. So now we have 110 and 1, which is 11. And again, we may swap. We may move 5 stars from the top column to the one down below. So we will also have 110 and 1, 11. So option A shows 6 and 5, and it equals 11. Let's move on to the next page. First, we have 7 plus 5. So here are 7 stars and 5 stars. So we may regroup it into 110. We may transfer 3 stars to the top, so we have 110 and 2, which is 12. Let's move on to 9 plus 7. Here's 9 and 7, and we may form 10 by moving 1 stars to the 9, so that we have 110 and 6 ones, which is 16. Then let's move on to 8 plus 6. This time we may regroup to form 10 by moving 2 stars upwards. So we have 110 and 4, 14. Then we have 7 plus 4. So we may regroup by moving 3 stars upwards. So we have 110 and 1, which is 11. And then we have 9 plus 3. We may regroup by moving 1 star upward. So we have 110 and 2, which is 12. And then we have 8 plus 5. We may regroup by moving 2 stars upward to form 110 and 3, 13. Then we have 7 plus 6. We may regroup by transferring 3 stars to the top to form 110 and 3, 13. Lastly, we have 6 plus 5. We may regroup by moving 4 stars from the top to the bottom to form 110 and 1, 11. Let's move on to page 10. How many cars are there? Let's start by the first one. There are 5 on the ground and 8 on the truck. We may regroup it by transferring 2 cars from the floor to the truck. So how many cars are there? There are 110 and 3 cars, 13. Next, we have 6 plus 5. To regroup, we may transfer the cars from the trucks to the ground. To make 110. So now there are 110 and 1 cars, which is 11. And then we have 7 plus 9. There are 7 cars on the ground and 9 cars on the truck. To regroup, we may transfer 3 cars from the truck to the ground. So now we have 110 and 6, which is 16. Let's move on to page 14. Read the clues and write each children's name under the correct picture. Let's have a look at the first clue. Sid is taller than Jim. But before this, we may move 1 block for each of the children. And then, as we know that Sid is taller than Jim, so we may put 1 more block on Sid so that he's now taller than Jim. And then Tom is taller than Jim. So we may put 1 block for Tom so that now he's taller than Jim. But we notice that Sid and Tom are in the same height right now. So let's read the third clue. Sid is taller than Tom. So we may add 1 more block to Sid so that he's now taller than Tom. So now we know their heights. The shortest one is Jim. The second shortest one is Tom. And the tallest one is Sid. Let's move on to the question down below. So the first clue is Sue is taller than Dee. But if you remember before this, we may add 1 block to everyone. so that they start off the same. So Sue is taller than D. So we may put one block on Sue, so that she's now taller than D. And then Beth is taller than Jane. So we may put one block on Beth, so that she'll be taller than Jane. And then Jane is taller than Sue. So we may put one. Now they're in the same height. So we put one more. So now she's taller than Sue. But we may realize that Sue and Beth are in the same height. So let's read the clues carefully. Let's read the second one again. Beth is taller than Jane. So we may add blocks to Beth until she's taller than Jane. Now we know their heights. The tallest one is Beth. The second tallest is Jane. And then Sue. And the smallest one is D. Let's move on to the next page. Write the numbers from the box and the squares. To show how we form the sum of each row is 10. Let's try out the combinations to form 10. So first we may have 1 and 5 and which one? And 4. So these three numbers can form 10. How about 2 and 3 and which one? And 5. They can also form 10. Can we swap any of these rods? One, 3, 5 couldn't form 10. How about 2 and 4? And 3? No way. So there's probably just these two combinations. So how do we arrange them into the picture down below? So we may observe that there is a number in the middle where it is gonna be used for the two combinations. So this number will be shared among the other two pairs of numbers. So which numbers on the right are shared among the two combinations? It's 5. So we're gonna put 5 in the middle and then fill in the rest. 5, 1, and 4 is a combination. And the other pairs would be 5, 2, and 3. Let's move on to the next page. Let's have a look at the example. We have 7 plus 5. We have 7 and 5. So we want to regroup it to form 10. So we make 7 plus 3 equals to 10. So we may add 3 to 7, but take away 3 from 5. So that means 7 plus 3 plus 2. So it equals to 110 and 2, which is 12. Now let's have a look at the first one. 9 plus 3. So we may regroup it by taking away 1 from 3, so that we can give 1 to the 9 to form 10, which means it's 9 plus 1 plus 2. So it equals to 110 and 2, 12. Then we have 8 plus 4. We may take away 2 from 4 and give 2 to 8, so that we may form a 10. So we have 8 plus 2 plus 2 to form 110 and 2, 12. And then we have 7 plus 5. So we may take away 3 from the 5, so that we may give 3 to 7, so that we may regroup to form a 10. So we have 7 plus 3 plus 2, which equals to 110 and 2, 12. And then we have 6 plus 6. Six plus 4 equals 10. So we may take away 4 from one 6 and give the 4 to the other 6 to have 6 plus 4 plus 2 to form 110 and 2, 12. And then we have 5 plus 7. 5 plus 5 equals to 10. So we may take away 5 from 7 and give it to 5. So we have 5 plus 5 plus 2 to form 110 and 2, 12. And then we have 4 plus 8. So 8 plus 2 equals 10. So we may take away 2 from 4 and give it to 8 to have 2 plus 2 plus 8. To form 110 and 2, 12. Next we have 3 plus 9. Nine plus 1 equals 10, so we may take away 1 from 3 and give it to 9 to have 2 plus 1 plus 9 to have 110 and 2, 12. Next we have 9 plus 3. So again, it's the same that 9 plus 1 equals to 10. So we take away 1 from 3 and give it to 9. So we have 9 plus 1 plus 2. which equals to 110 and 2, 12. And then we have 8 plus 4. 8 plus 2 equals to 10. So we take away 2 from the 4 and give it to 8. So we have 8 plus 2 plus 2. Which equals to 110 and 2, 12. And lastly, we have 7 plus 5. So 7 plus 3 equals to 10. So we may take away 3 from 5 and give it to 7. So we have 7 plus 3 plus 2 to get 110 and 2, 12.